5-day Mohawk Valley forecast, just like on TV, but better. Because it's me. I don't know. I'm Jeff Matthews, accurate educational fun. That's the 3 goals of Weathertainment. We do it at 5:55, live streaming on Facebook. There's a Weathertainment fan page. I encourage you to like it and open your notifications so you can be in on the fun. How do we measure snow officially? Is it by a machine? By a melted equivalent? On a board of wood with a ruler? Is it that old school? Or does Jack Frost get involved? Big winter storm Tuesday and Wednesday is the final week of winter, and it will be cold. Only a week to go until calendar spring. Maybe by Monday, when spring arrives, we'll get up to around 40 degrees. But in the short term, it's snow, wind, and cold for Tuesday. Oh my, heavy. Snow, wind, and cold for Wednesday, but lighter snow. Thursday, transitional, but very cold. Friday, bright, a little warmer. Weather scenario. Storm that came out of western Canada and down the Rockies. Montana and Idaho and Wyoming. Now moving into Indiana, Ohio, and merging with a storm along the coast. The 2 of those will move up the I-95 corridor. If you're familiar with travel along I-95, you know that it goes from Florida all the way up the coast through New Jersey. But this is a storm that took the jet stream track to its present position into the Virginias, and this storm is forcing it to take a turn to the left, a dog-leg left, into New England. And it's a storm I've been talking about. Well, I actually mentioned it about 2 weeks ago, possibility of a big storm around the 12th, and it's the 14th. How about that? But I've been talking about it in detail since Friday of last week. And the issue with this storm, there is no issue for central New York. We're going to be in the cold air all the time. It'll be snow, heavy snow. But closer to the rain-snow line is tough because this storm is forecasted to meander, and it's hard to figure out exactly where that's going to be because to the right of it, some rain will mix in. Some rain will mix in for central and south and coastal Jersey, maybe even into Philadelphia, up to Delaware. It'll mix in on Long Island, maybe even Nassau County, maybe even the Big Apple. It'll mix in on the Connecticut coast, Rhode Island, and eastern Massachusetts, basically east of I-495. If you're familiar with Boston, that's the outer circle. And maybe the mid-Maine coast. But for central New York, it's all snow all the time. The heaviest snow will be near the rain-snow line, but just inside of the snow line. About 12 inches for Philly, could be as much as 18. About a foot for the Big Apple, could be as much as 18 if it's all snow. About 10 to 14, so about a foot for Boston, but it could be much more if it were all snow. And the jackpot is going to wind up being Portland, Maine, and points just inland, including central New York at 12 to 15 inches. But if we hone in even closer on the Mohawk Valley, that's where the jackpot is. Western Connecticut, eastern New York State, down through Newburgh and Monticello and New Haven. That's going to be where the heaviest of the heavy is going to be. Newburgh, 18 to 25 inches. Oneonta, a foot and a half. Maybe 20 inches for Albany. For central New York, about a foot, maybe 15 inches in Utica and Sequoia, Waterville, and Frankfort and Schuyler. And then it gets less and less the further north and west you were, because you're getting away from the storm. Now, the storm's impact is going to be high, mostly snow, but also in the wind and cold categories. It's not an ice storm, so that's not an issue. My confidence is going up the closer the storm gets, and it's behaving. I missed the high on Monday by 2, the low by 2. The averages, records, dry, sunset, 11:32 for day length, 3 more minutes for Tuesday. You can support Weathertainment by telling your friends and by purchasing through the website. Now, back to the trivia question of the day. How is snow measured? Is it measured by some machine? By melting it down to a liquid equivalent? On a board of wood with a ruler? Or does Jack Frost get involved? There is no machine for measuring snowfall. And we do like to melt the snow down to see how fluffy or moist the snow is, but that doesn't actually tell us how much snow fell. In fact, it's the good old-fashioned block of wood which does not conduct heat well, so it doesn't affect the snow that's falling on it. It doesn't make it melt anymore. And we use a ruler. It's all old school. Sometimes that's the best way. Tuesday, snow day all day. Forget about it. Don't even waste your time going out doing anything. It's not worth it. Snow all day. Wind increases. High of 2 bits, 25. It'll still be snowing Tuesday night, but lighter. Not as heavy, but still snowing. Sideways with the wind out of the north. Low around a baker's dozen, 13. Wednesday, still snowing, but lighter. Wind, cold. Thursday, transitional day. Friday, bright and cold. Saturday, more light snow. That's your 5-day forecast for the final week of winter. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you again next time. Make it a great Tuesday.